All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome into the Thursday edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving deep into the crypto gaming markets, and we have a lot of more so news bits today, as well as some upcoming projects that I really have my eyes on that are not live yet as far as their games. Well, one of them's kind of live. I guess they're in kind of alpha stages, but I want to give you a new project on a blockchain that I feel is underutilized as far as GameFi goes. So we'll talk about that later in the video. But on top of that, I want to talk about the Alpha Season 2, Sandbox Alpha Season 2, which just dropped about an hour and a half ago, hour and a half, 2 hours ago. And if we have enough time at the end, I'll load up Alpha Season 2 and we'll just kind of walk around the Sandbox world. We might not have enough time today to complete a couple quests and stuff like that, but we'll definitely go in and just kind of check out the Alpha Season 2 lobby and check out what is going on there, as well as just cover all the biggest news in the space. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know we gon' play, but ain't a percent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know we gon' play, but ain't a play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, and to start off the show, I'm very happy to announce a brand new sponsor on the In the Game show. And once again, it's a product we already use a ton here on the show, and I'm excited to announce a new sponsor, and that is Spintop. And I would call them the official gaming index or gaming ecosystem of the In the Game show. Excited to add them to our arsenal of top tier sponsors. We now have the best gaming index in the game as far as Spintop, and then we also have the best launchpad in Seedify. But if you don't know what Spintop is, Spintop obviously has a four-pronged ecosystem, and as we see here, they have their spin decks. And if you look at their spin decks, it is already live. And they do have pools for like Spin BNB and different types of tokens, different APRs ranging from 200 to right now a couple thousand%. But this is a brand new pool, so that will not last. Do not get your hopes up. Do not get your hopes up. That will not last. I don't think, at least, just to be real. But then also they have their Gamepedia, where you can get information on tons of different blockchain games. So it's one that we use all the time on the show. We literally use this product every single week, if not every other day. And it's a partnership that just fits. So excited to bring Spintop on as an official sponsor of In the Game. And without further ado, let's move into the news in the crypto gaming space today. And that starts off with, like I mentioned, Sandbox. They came out with their Alpha Season 2, but on top of that, they just made a big partnership with Cube United for a K-pop partnership to spread Korean culture through the metaverse. Now, I think this is big. Now, if you don't know, Cube United here has 1 million followers. They have 1 million followers here. So I think that this is something you really need to take a look at. I mean, Sandbox themselves only have 850K, and they're the biggest probably metaverse project as far as, rumor goes and all that stuff, right? All just like sentiment across the space. So they have a bigger following than Sandbox themselves. And if you don't know, the popularity of K-pop and like South Korean pop music, as you see here, and countries surveyed, 18 countries surveyed last year in 2021, 39% of respondents said that K-pop was a very popular genre in their region. So I think that this is big. And Sandbox always just kind of plants seeds in every different region. And I think it's good because they're bringing in different cultures. They're bringing in different businesses, brands, all this different stuff to bring their world to life and bring their world above the rest. And I love just the cultural aspect that this brings to the table. We have Zuckerberg, obviously, the catalyst of the last metaverse bull, whenever he came out and changed Facebook's name to Meta and announced they're shifting towards the metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg says the virtual economy in the metaverse will be as big as the one in real life. Now, this is a crazy claim, right? So he's saying that the digital economy is going to be just as big as the real life economy that we deal within every single day. And I could totally see it. You don't have to get up out of your house to go deal in this economy. You don't, like, obviously you can deal in this economy within Amazon and online shopping and stuff like that now, but you can literally live a completely different life. You can make a different living for yourself within the blockchain and Web3. It's provided so many different opportunities. The virtual economy, according to Mr. Zuck here, he says that it will be just as big as the economy in real life. That blows my mind. And I really would not be surprised, right? As Isabel says right here, wouldn't be surprised as if that does take place. The ease of access is everything. And if all these projects start moving towards the metaverse in 5 to 10 years, I could definitely see the growth behind this industry definitely blossom. But I thought this was funny, just a meme, because we talked about Pixelmoon earlier this week. Pixelmoon raised 3 times what Facebook did in their Series B. So pretty funny side note there, but not funny, but funny, just in retrospect, because wow. The NFT space is wild, right? They raised 3 times what Facebook did. So interesting side note there. Another news note, because earlier this week we talked about the upcoming Imposters drop, which was delayed due to circumstances surrounding, obviously, the world and around some of the critiques around the project's pricing and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, they also came out with a medium talking about everything from the Genesis drop, all the utility, everything that you can do with the Imposters Genesis drop, which kind of adds some clarity to, where they're going to put the pricing, why that they're doing things the way that they are, because they do hold a lot of utility. And if you want to be on the whitelist, right, he's always talked about you have to hold a LEO Trades NFT or a Super Farm Genesis. You'll have until the 24th now to be on the white. You'll get a snapshot, right? All the wallets that hold those NFTs will be on the whitelist for this collection. But I really wanted to talk about the utility here, because the utility behind each character, I think, is what's going to drive the value here. And you know that LEO was going to come through with massive value here as far as the utility. And I'm going to zoom in this page because I need to do that so we can all take a look here. And as we see here, the utility starts with staking. So Genesis characters can be staked to earn the blood token, which is one of the official tokens of the ecosystem. Landowners can establish resource producers, power plants that make voltage to sell to other players. They'll also be able to build racetracks for UFO races and battle arenas for pet battles. So there's more than just an Among Us here, right? I do like that there's going to be a lot more, intricacies within the game. It's not just an Among Us copy. And I think a lot of people critique that. And that's not what it's going to be. It's going to have its own unique twist. There's going to be its own little world you're living in. There's going to be so much more encompassing than what Among Us was, in my opinion. UFOs can be raced to earn the blood token, upgraded using materials. Pets can have stats and battle to earn the blood token. Beta access. So if you hold a Genesis Imposters character, you'll have early access to the game. So while everyone else is like sitting and being like, I wonder how the game's going to play, yada, yada, the holders of the project will actually get to play the game early and be certified to know, hey, the game is great or the game needs a little work. But that's the thing. Beta testers' jobs are to completely provide feedback. If you find something wrong with the game, you're supposed to provide feedback to the creators, to the developers. That's what beta and alpha tests are for. So Genesis season participants will be able to claim a closed beta access pass before the worldwide release. So I love that. There's also be different materials for your UFOs and your pets, as well as cosmetics, which won't be available for any of the other drops, I would assume. And as you see here, it's kind of a diagram. There's the NFT characters with the cosmetic items that earn blood. There's the UFOs here, which you can race, upgrade. And then there's also the ecosystem takes fees from the secondary sales, obviously. So there's fees from the secondary sales. Battle, train your pets, produce resources, and host races and battles on your land. And then there's the treasury aspect as well. And they kind of introduced the blood token, all the utility behind the blood token, as you see here. So you can earn it through just playing the game, battling, through hosting community events, owning land, or staking your NFTs. As well, you can upgrade your UFOs, train your pets, level up your characters, etc. So they have a lot of utility baked in with both the coin involved in the ecosystem, which is blood, as well as the NFTs, right? All the NFTs right now that you see here, they have a ton of utility. I mean, that's 8 bullet points, 7 bullet points here, where, they have really provided a ton of utility for the people that get involved in this project. And I love the team that they've put together, right? So Mark Kaplan, the head of the blockchain game vertical at Amber, is a creative maverick leading the charge at Amber Studios. He worked in several, and this is the team behind Imposters, worked in several game industry roles at Sega, EA, Play Studios, and Zynga. Tim Clancy, lead blockchain architect at Superfarm, works at the forefront of NFT gaming and pioneered some of the biggest blockchain games at Engine. He also worked for Amazon and EA, contributing to Battlefield 1. So they do have a very experienced team behind this project. Everything just looks sharp here. And I'm willing to bet that, this game is going to deliver with the time they've been spending on it and the care they've been putting in, the utility. I just love everything about this project. And it's going to be one of those games, it's going to be one of those games that everyone can get involved in. There's there's the age range, right? A high school kid could play it. A middle school kid could play it. A little kid could play it. I could play it, and I'm in my mid-20s, right? There's a lot of appeal here in the Imposters world, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to this drop. And then also big news on the day. I am not an imposter. Is Hustle an imposter? No, I'm sus right now, but I'm not the imposter yet. No, I'm a little sus at the moment. All right, so today's the day. The Sandbox Alpha Season 2 has released. And right now, the Sandbox, it's live right now. The Alpha Season 2 is out. And people always ask, any news on THGs? So just real quick. So Thetan Arena, guys, I've talked about all the time that the economy has tanked. The in-game tokenomics are absolutely terrible. And they did not build in any sort of mechanic for breeding or anything to healthily put the THC token back into the economy. And I've talked about that a ton, guys. And until they fix that, that's when things will change. And I've mentioned that a lot. So I just see that popping up in the chat here and there. So I just wanted to kind of just put that out there that, I've addressed THG a lot, like in terms of their economy. And once it trends back up, that's one of the best games out there. And when it comes to fun, you can count on one finger or two fingers the fun games out there, and they're definitely one of them. So just waiting for the economy to bounce back there. But the Sandbox, they put out their Alpha Season 2. And honestly, it's pretty fun. We'll load it up at the end of the show here, and they show the release stages here. So they have the Alpha Lobby, the Portal Hub, the Club XYZ, where you can go in and you kind of have your party, as you see the stage here with different sort of like cybercoms and stuff like that. The rooftop mode, where they say if you're tired of a long day of NFT shopping, how about a rooftop party with Sandbox's in-game crowd? Here, the sun never sets. Enjoy the hot capture show and make new friends till your heart pops, as well as the hidden village. It's a single player mode. So there's a lot you can do here. Within the economy. And then you take a look at the different things you can do also in the game, right? You can play to earn up to 1,000 sand tokens. The more quests you get done, the more eligible you become to earn up to 1,000 sand tokens, which right now, sand's a couple bucks. So, do the math on that. You could earn a few $1,000s here if you got involved. It's free to play. So you complete quests to win, and it increases your chances. And 10,000 alpha passes will be given out, which will earn the full 1,000 sand based on how much you complete. So you also get more chances to win if you own a land or if you own a Season 1 alpha pass. So if you participated last season and held on, then you can get a little more boost to your rewards. Yes, this is free to play. You can hop in, you can download the Sandbox Alpha. It's free to play. You just download on the right side, I believe, where it would say download alpha. And then it will ask you Windows or Mac OS. So this is live right now for everyone to play. It is not playable on mobile. I see that being asked as well. But Windows or Mac OS, it is playable right now for free. And like I said, we'll hop in the world and we'll just browse at the very end because it's the last show of the week for In the Game, as there's no Banter show on Friday. So we'll have a little fun. We'll go into the quote unquote metaverse, and we'll see what's going on here in just a second. But in my opinion, I'm excited for this, and we can spend some time in this world. We can spend some time in this world. And here's all the kind of really big participants in Alpha Season 2. Snoop Dogg, Walking Dead, Adidas. We have the Care Bears. We have Atari. We have Roller Coaster Tycoon, the Smurfs, Hell's Kitchen. So we'll definitely hop in here at the end of the show. Tomorrow, we have the Heroes of Mavia land sale, which I'm super excited for. We've been looking out for this project for months. And this is looking like to be the Clash of Clans of the blockchain. And your land is super crucial in a game like this, right? On Mavia, your land is everything. Your base is everything. So I'm super bullish on this game, and I'm looking forward to the land sale. And they did put out a little bit of a guide here. They have the 3 tiers, right? So they have the common lands, they have the rare lands, and they have the legendary lands. And they're all tropical. So legendary, tropical, rare, tropical, etc. And they kind of laid out right now. Make sure everything runs through their official website, Mavia.com. You know, there's so many scams in the crypto world out there. Never click on a link in your DM. No one's going to ever send you a link to mint something. That's a scam. You know, unless it's like literally your best friend in real life sending you something that you trust. That's completely different. Do not respond to some Discord DM out there sending you some mint links. Always go through the project links. I got to emphasize that because scams are just too often. And big projects like Mavia, right? They're going to have a lot of people trying to prey on their mint. I can tell you that. A lot of people have big mints, have a lot of scammers. So don't respond to these DMs. Don't respond to anything that literally is just trying to take your money. Make sure you're on Mavia.com. But I'm really bullish on this project. And you take a look, the whitelist sale starts tomorrow. It'll go for 72 hours. And then they will have the public sale, which begins on Monday, March 7th at 9 a.m. So basically, you just create an account. You go to NFTs, and you're able to mint. You take a look at the land NFTs. You view land, and then you basically just do the mint system. It's right on their platform. It's all going to run through Mavia.com. So just make sure you're on their official site. If you're whitelisted, you'll have the next 3 days. If you're whitelisted, you'll have the next 3 days to go ahead and, you know, capitalize on the whitelist. But as far as this goes, I'm just looking forward to this game. Like, we have a void for just we have, and Thetan Arena is great. The game's great, for example. And it's a mobile app. It just sucks because their tokenomics aren't great. But Mavia actually is building an in-game tokenomic system to balance out the earnings. So they actually put out a model on their Twitter a few weeks back or a month back that kind of shows how they're going to keep balance of the in-game earnings and keep the incentives driven high for the players. So I actually think that Mavia, they'll be probably mobile compatible pretty quickly with it being the Clash of Clans style game, as well as it'll be on PC. I think that this will quickly take off. It's got a lot of hype, so I'm looking forward to this land sale. And then a couple of games I have my eyes on around the corner, guys. Around the corner. GuildFi recently just partnered with Nitro League. Nitro League is a sharp-looking, futuristic game. It's a racing game. And I always talk that there is a void for racing games. Like, we just don't have many solid. There's no Need for Speed style game. There's not even hardly simulation games like Pegaxi that are sports car related or Forza style or Midnight Club. Nothing like that comes even close right now, for example. So Nitro League looks really solid and a lot of stuff in their game. So they have the play-to-earn mechanics. You can upgrade your car just like you could upgrade it in real life. So, upgrade your muffler, upgrade your motor, upgrade your wheels, etc. You have your Drive Tribe, where you can sponsor or own other players with a tribe. It's a scholarship system, which is exactly why GuildFi moved in, right? So GuildFi, that's exactly why they're coming into this game, is because they do have an interlinked scholar system. And then Metaverse Linked, you can manage your profile as a racer, collector, or shopkeeper in the Nitro Metaverse. There's new rewards, and there's also a DAO system with tracks and racing leagues. So this looks really, really slick, and I'm looking forward to this game a little more development, a little more footage, because the app looks super sharp as far as pre-development here. And as you see with the races, you can do racing events in both game and within the community. And then there's obviously the play to earn aspect. So this game looks solid. And then the one I really wanted to preface was Tank Wars Zone. Now, Tank Wars Zone is on Fantom, and I have been prefacing that, there's the GameFi void there, in my opinion. There's just no strong established games on Fantom that have taken over, right? You have Krabata on Avalanche. You have games like, for example, DeFi Kingdoms on Harmony. You have certain games that have really taken over certain blockchains. And I think that Fantom's wide open for the taking. And Tank Warzone, as they call it, is a fully decentralized play-to-earn battle game where your tanks are obviously your assets. So let's just take a look at kind of the game footage. And the free-to-play game is live. Their NFTs are also live, but their marketplace for NFTs on their own website is coming up in just a couple of days. And I think that, just like I've mentioned, this game looks super good. The graphics look sharp. Everything about it just has nice appeal. These tank games have been pretty solid too. You have the spider tanks, and then you have these other games like, I like Age of Tanks, one of the partnered games up with Spintop, for example. But I think Tank Warzone here on Fantom could definitely be one of the front runners. This could be one of the front runners on the Fantom GameFi ecosystem, and especially with these tank assets that aren't very expensive. Like, you can get into this right now with about 60 Fantom, I believe, is the floor. And at the current price of Fantom, it's pretty inexpensive, for example. And if you go down and if you take a look at everything going on, they have their mystery boxes, which you can buy now. They have their PvP mode. They have a story mode. They have boss battles, battle royale, guild wars. So there will be guilds within this economy. And then there will be land gathering, where you purchase lands in the game marketplace and fight monsters to acquire more land plots. And there's various ways to earn and different types of NFTs in the world. So you have tanks, you have lands, and you also have items, which are like equipables, for example. They're like equipables on top of your tank. So you could put these on your tanks and upgrade them in your battles and actually have a better chance to destroy the opponent's tank. So in the future, we'll actually jump in and play this game on a stream, but we're going to dedicate today. We're going to dedicate today to the Sandbox Alpha because it just came out today. But 500,000 battles after 2 days of release. So that is super bullish. That is a ton of activity. And this is what we've got from our internal data here. Unbelievable achievement, and we'll continue to monitor the data. Now, this was on their free-to-play. Mode. So they attracted a lot of players on their free-to-play mode. So 500,000 battles. That's really strong. And I want to point out, they're invested in by Fantom Network themselves, which is why I'm also super bullish about this project, because you look at right now, obviously, recently, Michael Kong, the CEO of Fantom, released a statement that he was super, very high on this game, love the team, and we have invested in Tank Warzone and its token, Michael Kong, Fantom CEO. And the art looks sharp here. Everything really just looks appealing, inviting, and it's another one of those games where the art just fits the narrative. It has that same sort of like cute but similarly unique style to it. It has that war feel, right? The Krabata art's a little different. It's got like cute but appealing, but it's got the crab like battle feel. Each game has their own little niche and how they look. I love the appeal here that Tank Warzone has. Their NFT marketplace, as I mentioned, is coming up in a couple of days, and the free-to-play mode is live right now. You also can look at their NFTs on NFT Key right now, nftkey.app. This is where their NFTs are. And like I said, you can get involved for like 60 Fantom. If you just wanted to scoop a couple of tanks just to see if this game takes off, 61 Fantom here for a pretty low ranked tank. But, this is definitely not too expensive to get in on. And I will be trying this one out next week on the stream, because I think this could be pretty fun to just kind of play around with and see if this could, potentially take off on the Fantom network. Because with Fantom backing them, I think it's pretty safe to say that they're going to have a little bit of pull, right? They're going to have plenty of adoption, and they're going to have plenty of marketing from the Fantom camp if Fantom Network has supported them to this extent. So what I'm doing right now, I am loading up the Sandbox Alpha Season 2, and I am not showing my email address because I don't want to get completely spammed. But that happened a few weeks ago. I showed my email address by complete accident on a login, and yeah, I got completely spammed. So don't show your email address on streams. It's a no-go. So I removed the screen real quick. Give me just a second. We're going to load into the Sandbox Season 2, and we're going to take a look at the world. They have like a little NFT setup. They have all these different, sections of the alpha lobby that we can go take a look at. Let's see. Reshare my screen here because we should be good. Yeah, we're good. No more email on the stream. Okay. Yeah, if I'm lagging too much, I'll have to shut down the game, but we'll see how it goes. I should be able to load it up and at least walk around really quick. And yes, if you are in the Sandbox right now, come meet me up. Come meet up right now. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what the Sandbox has to offer. All right. So as you could see here, this is kind of the world, and you can just kind of look around. It's going to be pretty laggy probably because there's tons of people in the lobby too. So the game itself is definitely going to be laggy. But behind me, you can see the NFT Collection Area. So that's like where you would showcase, and they have a bunch of different NFTs showcased. There's also in like an entertainment area. We'll kind of just walk over there. Let's just kind of make our journey. Let's get away from so many people too, so we don't lag. When you're right in that area with that many people, you lag so much. All right. So this is like where the NFT art is, right? So there's like art here, and we can walk over to the right. You have a doodle there. You have a bored ape there, mutant ape there, another bored ape. So there's a lot of different NFT art within the world. So there's a lot of showcases. And we can go over to the entertainment area, which is kind of just really what I wanted to show you for now. And every single day, they're going to add new experiences. So this is just day one. This is just this is every day. Like I said, they're releasing something new. So let's just kind of walk around here. We have like different setups as always. We have like The Walking Dead. We have Snoop Dogg, Adidas, Blondish, Atari, and you're gonna have so many different things to do, especially when they have a Snoop Dogg event one of the days, and they're gonna have different events for all these games. CloneX is putting like a game of their own. CloneX developed like their own mini games into the metaverse, so that's gonna be cool. So there's like a bored ape standing right here, as you see here. We also have Snoop hanging out. Obviously, this isn't Snoop himself. It's just a planted avatar of Snoop just hanging out. But, this is just kind of the concept, right? Over here at The Walking Dead, we can see all the zombies crawling out. I love this, too. You can see the zombies trapped behind the fence, stuff like that. We have the Smurfs over here. Very, very cool. We have another music setup here. Just absolutely love it. Everything going on in the Sandbox is brilliant. And we'll dig into some quests. How about next week? We get into some quests on Alpha Season 2? I'll kind of do a couple of them so we have a feel and we get past the basic ones, because I think every single person in here that plays will get past the first few quests pretty easily. So I'll get past the few quests so that way we're progressed a bit into the world, and then we can go in and complete more. We can just kind of complete more quests and get in there and actually see what is going on within the economy, and see if we can get all the quests done to try to play to earn, and see if we can potentially earn that 1,000 sand tokens, for example, because that's pretty incentivizing, right? For people to come in and test the world and just see what's going on. And this is my favorite area so far, obviously, with the entertainment area, but then we also have the NFT area, which I just think super cool. And I'm looking forward to more experiences added. They said that every single weekday they will add more. So This will be solid, and I will spend some time in here. If you see me in Sandbox, feel free to come up and try to mess with me, try to say what's up. I'm friendly. I don't bite. So if you see Hustlepedia running around in Sandbox, feel free to come say what's up later today. But I'm gonna hop out of here, guys. We will play more next week and complete some quests. But I just wanted to. I definitely just wanted to get on the stream today and go over the biggest news in the space, as well as cover a game on the way, which is Fantom Tank Warzone, which I think is going to potentially have a ton of adoption potential with Fantom Network backing them, as well as as well as everything they have going on, everything with 500,000 battles in just a couple of days. I love that, and that's fast adoption. And we'll have another special guest on the show next week, guys. We were gonna do it tomorrow. We were going to have another special guest on the show tomorrow, but no shows on the Banter Network tomorrow. So what we have done, we'll reschedule that for next week, and I'll be back with a full packed week of shows next week, Monday through Friday. On top of that, we'll have another special guest join us next week. Until then, I will be back next week. Like the video, subscribe for more. Excited to have Spintop on board as an official sponsor for In the Game. Until next week, play well, my friends.